Welcome to Poker Market, making poker more efficient.
So in this video we're going to look at more optimal spots to raise the turn. Previously in this video series we looked at a couple spots, including this first hand here. We examined on spots back in the winning half stacks video on spots where we were shoving turn, check shoving turn or shoving turn in 3-bet pot. So I'm going to spend just a quick minute or two and quickly review a couple of the similar spots we already talked about, and then I'm going to get into this video is going to be an expansion on that topic. We're going to get into other spots, especially single raise pots, and additional good spots where we would want to be raising the turn. So I already showed you this hand earlier in the video. If you remember, it's a 3-bet pot. We flop a pretty good hand. We're not going to fold. It's also a hand we can't get 3 streets of value from a very wide range. So we're going to exploit most players' characteristics of floating flop with a very wide range. I mean, I see players doing this all the time. They're just constantly floating flop with a wide range and then auto betting when you check it to them on the turn. So we can win a pretty sizable pot versus a very wide range when we take this line. But again, you already know that. We already saw that hand. Let's look at a different hand. Slightly different spot. Similar concept. So here we're going to open aces from early position. I see here this player has a fairly wide call open on the button, 17% of hands on the button. So he's absolutely not just set mining, he's also playing a lot of drawly type hands as well. So the other reason I brought this hand up is I'm going to show you how you really shouldn't be worried at all, and you should be as eager as possible to get as much money as you can into the pot as soon as possible. So again, he's calling with 17% of starting hands on average. There's no 2-pair combinations in range. I mean, he's certainly not flatting a 10-6, a 10-3, or a 3-6. He couldn't have flopped a straight. So the only thing that really beats us right now on this flop is a set of 10s, a set of 6s, and a set of 3s. So I think it's important to point out, well, how often does a player really have that in this spot? I mean, when you see this flop, I think a lot of you out there are assuming that you have the best hand, of course. We want to play a big pot, but you don't really know exactly how good of a spot this is. So remember, if he's playing 17% of hands, there's 1,326 hand combinations, which means if he's playing 17% of all hand combinations on the button, then you can see